Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and we're here at the SAP Financial Services Forum in London. And today I'm speaking to Matthias Kroener of Fidor Bank.
Pleasure.
Very good. So you gave a keynote speech here at the event where you talked about a need for better banking. So I don't mean to be cheeky, but why do we need better banking?
Well, I think it's obvious. If we do not need better banking, by the way, if we think everything is okay, there's no scandal here, no scandal there, there's no LIBOR scandal, there are no, exaggerations in bonus payments, no bailouts, no nothing. If this is the case,
very long list.
Well, it would be an extra video probably. If we think all this is fine, of course we have no need for better banking. Well, we think that the crisis itself showed us that there is a need and must for better banking on the one side. On the other side, we think that the technological development itself, like smartphones, what we call the digital lifestyle, is giving us a huge chance and opportunity for better banking. So yes, all in all, we can do it and we need it.
Excellent. I mean, we had a bit of a chat before the videos started rolling about what is a bank, and do you think in future generations the idea of the definition of a bank, a secure regulated entity that takes loans, takes deposits, do you think that definition will change in the future of what a bank actually is?
Well, we currently see that the definition is changing of what a bank is doing. And by maybe granting loans via a peer-to-peer platform or a crowd finance platform, getting organized this and so on. So we see that the role of the bank itself is changing, no doubt about it. And I think this is perfectly in line with what we experienced over the last, 400 years. The roles of a bank is changing continuously, and it will change in future as well. Will there be banks in the future? Oh, absolutely yes, I think so. And I'm 100% convinced that there is a need for regulation, by the way, in banking, because just imagine the long list which we started the discussion with would be, I think, way longer if regulation would be not in place, given the fact that this is people's money, and this money is the heartbeat to our society and economy. I think it's very, very important to have as much as control as possible on the people acting with this money, on the processes, on the institutions and so on.
I'm glad you mentioned regulations, because the regulations have been given as a reason that banks have, kept some of their power in the industry, and why they're sort of not going to be disrupted in the way a lot of people thought they were a few years ago. So, but how is regulation sort of working currently? Are they making it easier for new entrants to come into the market, or are they still a barrier to keep the traditional banks in power?
Well, a little bit of both, probably. The truth is maybe somewhere in the middle. On the one side, we experience that regulation is a nice to point my finger at and say, listen, it's their fault that I cannot be innovative and customer-centric, which is untrue, as simple as that.
It's an excuse. It
is an excuse, and you can be innovative on the one side and regulated and properly audited on the other side. It's just a matter, it's just an issue of, are you willing to do this? Have you got a proper culture, by the way, in your institution that is thinking customer-centric and demanding innovation, for instance, on the one side. On the other side, I think, yes, it's of course protecting a little bit the existing players in the field, because even that, for instance, in the UK now, regulation barriers are lowering for new entrants like the challenger banks and so on, which is, by the way, not happening on the continent. Even given this fact, actually, it's definitely everything but easy to get a banking license. So it's a little bit of both, but nevertheless, I think that the development, in particular in the UK, is saying, okay, listen, we want to have more competition. We understand that we must lower the barriers to do so. And this is something everybody should highly welcome, in particular the consumers.